In this video, I want to take you through how you can scale your meetings from 5 meetings per week up to 25 meetings per week. No, not through cold email, not through a pesky organic method, but this is a very simple way to scale. And this is what we're helping our current client, Matt, do so that he currently has a fully booked calendar. He started with maybe 1 to 2 meetings. Now he's scaled to 25 meetings per week. And I want to show you exactly how to do it. With that in mind, let's jump into the content. So a lot of people, when they're running their marketing agency, they struggle to understand what their numbers should look like. And, the first reason is because they don't know what their numbers should look like. They don't have any reference point. There's too many lone wolves in the SMMA space trying to figure it out on their own. But the reality is, guys, this is a very proven business model. It works. You just need to know what numbers you should look for. Now, I bring that up because I had a conversation earlier this week, actually it was late last week, with a marketing agency owner, and he was saying that he gets like 1 to 2 meetings a week, and his goal is to get to 60K per month. And I sort of ran the numbers with him and I said, if you want to get to 60K per month and you charge 2K per month, you need to have many more meetings than just 1 or 2 meetings a week. You need to be having at least 3 meetings a day, because the reality is that you're going to have churn, you're going to have issues with client retention, especially if you're new. You're going to be cutting your teeth and you're going to be learning how to develop the skills and how to actually get results for your clients. But the main point is that people should be doing more. But the reality is they don't know that because they don't have a good reference point. So the first way to resolve that is to get around good people so that you have a good reference point. Now, the second thing that people struggle with is they don't have a clear way of generating appointments. They do a little bit of cold calls here and there. They muscle up a hustle to do the cold calls, but then, that's very hard to sustain. It's not sustainable, especially if you're doing client results, you're doing operations, you're doing cold calling at the same time. Of course, you've got to do it to get the ball rolling. But once you've got the ball rolling, you want to actually find more leveraged ways to grow your business. Now, you could do organic, and organic is good, except that it takes time. The reality is, with building an organic brand, posting on YouTube, posting reels and things like that, it's not a fast play. It's a long play. Now, long plays are good. It's good to think long term. But if you guys are wanting to scale your appointments quickly, by far, the best and easiest way to do that is through paid ads. It's the most predictable, sustainable way to grow your appointments, and you just need to understand how to run ads and then how to close deals, and you've literally created for yourself a money printer. Now, they're the 2 things that I wanted to cover. So if you guys, just as a brief pause in the middle of the video, if you guys want help with developing a self-booking system, so what that means is that you literally put stuff out, you put an ad out, people book into your calendar, you close them. It makes the whole process very efficient. You don't have to go and outbound dial and look desperate. You don't have to be thumbing in the DMs all the time. Although follow-up is important, we have a way to get appointments coming through predictably and consistently so you can just close them. Simple as that. So with that in mind, I want to take you through how our client was able to achieve this exact result and what it looked like for him. So first of all, I'm going to show you the results, and then I'm going to take you through some of the content. So here is the results. So if you can see here, the Facebook ads manager that we've got open here, he's getting, so this is the last 7 days, the 16th of November to the 22nd of November. He's getting $40 cost per call, or 44, 45. Now, is that a good cost per call? Now think about it. If you did 100 cold calls in 3 hours, do you think that your time is worth 3 hours of your time is worth $40 or $60 or $100? Like, what is your time worth? So you want to really look at trading your time or trading your capital for time. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck and you're not going to actually be able to grow the business because you're wasting too much time on low yielding tasks. Now, that sounds like a cute idea, particularly when you're starting out, because when you're starting out, you're sort of like grind mode. I've just got to out hustle everything. But there comes a point where it's like, it is literally stupid if you're doing tasks that a monkey can do. That's the facts. So think about it. If you value your time at $50 an hour and you're spending 3 hours to do 100 cold calls to get a pretty low quality meeting that probably won't close, would you be willing to spend $40 to buy back 3 hours of your time to get a appointment landed on your calendar every single day without you having to do 3 hours of cold calling? Would that be a fair trade-off? Most people would say yes. And the reality is that most agency owners are spending $100, $200 to get an appointment landed on their calendar. So $40 cost per call is really good. Now, I just want to show you the deals that he's been able to pull as well. So this is our group chat for our clients here. You see here, he landed another client on the 7th of November, 3.9K. Boom, straight from paid ads. You know, the proof is in the pudding. So now I want to go through, like, what did he actually do? You know, that's great, Henry, you've shown me all these results, but how did he actually achieve what you've shown me? So let's unpack it. So these are basically the 4 things that he was able to do. So the first thing, and I know that everyone talks about this, is that you need to have an offer that resonates. You don't want to have an offer that is going to not get people's attention. You need to be able to get people's attention. Now, a lot of people think that to create an offer that resonates, you need to have some sort of ridiculous claim where you make someone $1 million and they don't pay if they don't make $1 million. That's not what really it's about. What you need to do with the offer is you need to create what's called resonance. Now, resonance is where you know your target market very well and you know the particular situations that they go through. I'll say it again. Resonance is when you know your target market very well and you know the exact situations that they go through. So when you know those situations, you're able to communicate in an advertisement an offer that really speaks to their specific solution. So it doesn't need to be a big guarantee. Actually, if the guarantee is too big, people don't believe it. It's not even about the guarantee, it's about the specific situation. So a really good example is for marketing agency owners. A lot of you guys are spending your days cold calling, busting your asses, and you're trying to outwork your competitors. You're trying to get amazing client results, but then a client decides they want to quit. You get the dreaded email saying that, you know, results haven't been that good. We want to pull the pin leading up to Christmas. Now you've just spent you've just done $100 cold calling, and you're going, bro, this sucks. I've just worked my ass off, haven't got a single booking, and my client's just canceled. So that type of scenario, if you can use that communication in your ads to create an offer that solves that particular situation. So if I was to turn that situation into an offer, I would say, hey, want to help you enroll a new client every week and keep that client for 6 months guaranteed. Now, that would require us building out and helping build out a few systems in there to make sure that the client experience and client results are good. So you can keep the client for 6 months, but that is an example of meeting the need. So if you work with real estate agents, for instance, and you know that they hate cold calling, they hate door knocking, whatever, you can build an offer around solving their very specific solutions. Now, this is nothing new, what I'm saying, but the idea of creating an offer based on solving a problem in a very specific, the more specific your offer is, the more resonance it creates. I want to give you like another sort of high level example. Let's say you have sunglasses and you sell sunglasses, but you want to create sunglasses for a very particular situation. Let's say that you want to create sunglasses for people who do mountain climbing in, professional mountain climbing, like they climb Mount Everest or whatever, and the sun can pierce their eyes. I'm making this up, but I'm using it as an example. If you can create sunglasses that are designed for very heavy weather conditions, like freezing weather, they are designed for high altitudes, and they're designed to be robust, you can charge a lot of money for that particular sunglasses because that meets a very specific problem that a very specific person has. So the more specific and the more you can sort of deep dive into the specific solution and problem that people have, then you're going to be able to create an offer that makes sense. So that took a little bit longer than I thought to explain, but hopefully that makes sense. Now, number 2 is you want to have an amazing ad. So the amazing ads really come down to a few key components. So I'm just going to type this out here. So the first key component is you need to have a hook. You got to have something that gets people in, gets their attention, and makes them excited about it. You then need to immediately hit them with your offer. So we can actually offer you this. You then want to provide some context. So the reason we're doing this is because you may have struggled with this in the past, but now we have a solution for it. You then want to go into case studies. So this is like the resolution, okay? So in brackets, resolution. And then you want to end it with the CTA. So this is a call to action. So an amazing ad has those components in the scripting, but then also the creative is very interesting. So spend some time looking at competitors and how they're doing their ads, and then look outside of your industry. Look at different ads that you like that get your attention and make you get excited, and then try and extract the principles that you can notice, like what are the raw bones of that ad, and then put it into your ads. Now, the third thing is you need a good appointment conversion system. So if you've got an ad that's got a self-booking funnel attached to the back end of the ad, that is A+. That's good. That's going to help you get a lot of appointments coming through. But if you don't, you need to be willing to call the leads and book them in. Or if you're doing a DM funnel, DM them and book them in. So bear that in mind. You need to have a consistent appointment conversion system, because if you've got leads lying around, you want to call them, get them on the calendar, close them. Very important. Now, the fourth thing is you need to be able to close. A lot of people just struggle to close because they don't know how to put it all together. Closing is about rapport. It's about having a really good pitch. It's about asking intelligent questions. And then at the tail end, the pointy end of the conversation, you need to learn how to get the deal across the line. Learning how to seal the deal is very important. It's almost more important than, getting a pay in full or whatever. You need to learn to seal the deal, because the fact is most people who delay will not close. So that is where a big issue is with people. Now, I want to give you guys a quick tip. I saw this tweet, just to wrap up. I saw this tweet from this guy called Jeremy Hayes, right? And I'm not shouting him out for any particular reason. I'm pretty sure it's Jeremy Hayes, but I wanted to or maybe it was Jeremy Moser. I actually don't know. One of those guys. Now, anyway, I can't actually see what he said here. I can't actually see the specific tweet, but what he says was, hey, I just closed a 15K per month retainer with a 10% revenue share deal. Now, that's cool, someone saying that, but you a newbie, or you're in your agency, you're probably thinking, how the F can I do that? How do I do that? Now, the reason that he's able to do that, and it's very, very important, is number one, he has confidence in his system. So he's got a very good system built out that gives him the confidence to actually ask for that amount. Okay. Number two, he has a very good brand and organic process. So it's very likely that this particular prospect was looking at his brand and was developing, it was influencing him. He was building likability. He was building rapport, trust, and connection with his brand. And then the third thing is he probably doesn't need that money. So what are those things? So number one is you've got a good delivery system. You're confident in your product. Number two is that you have a good brand. You're able to influence your customers. Number three, you actually don't need the money. Now, if you have that combination, you have the boldness to just say, yep, it's 15K and 10% revenue share. Boom. There's no qualms about it. And that's how to get to that place. And the reason I bring that up is because that's about the ability to close. So closing is not so much about a strategy or a tactic. It's very much more about energy. It's about having the right approach, having confidence, knowing when to push, knowing when not to push. But mostly it is about confidence. It's about certainty and allowing people to get people across the line. So with that in mind, guys, these are the 4 things that you need to double the amount of appointments that you're getting and go from 5 appointments to 25 appointments, which is more than double. That's 5x. And that's literally what Matt did. So if Matt can do it, you guys can do it. If you need help, there's a link below. Chat with our team. If you enjoyed the content, give us a follow. Give us a subscribe, because this is on YouTube. You can't love it, but if you want to do a love heart emoji, whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. Speak to you soon.